You think you choose who you fall for. You don't. Every person you've ever been attracted to was chosen by a scared child inside you. A child who's still waiting for mommy and daddy to come back. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to admit. Your love life isn't about love. It's about wounds. And those wounds, they were carved into your soul before you could even speak. Think about your last relationship, the one that destroyed you. Now think about the one before that and the one before that. See the pattern yet? You're not unlucky in love. You're programmed for disaster. But here's what nobody talks about. The programming started when you were 3 years old. Maybe your dad left for work every morning and never came back emotionally. Maybe your mom was there physically but absent in every way that mattered. Or maybe they were there, but their version of love felt like walking on broken glass. Every time they ignored your tears, you learned love means abandonment. Every time they criticized instead of comforted, you learned love means pain. Your nervous system recorded everything, every dismissal, every broken promise, every time you needed them and they weren't there. Now you're 25, 35, 45, still that same wounded child, still choosing people who make you feel exactly the way your parents did. Worthless, invisible, not enough. Here's where it gets twisted. You don't run from these people. You run to them because familiar pain feels safer than unknown love. Your brain literally lights up when someone treats you badly. It recognizes home. Ever wonder why the nice guys bore you? Why healthy relationships feel suffocating? It's not because you're broken. It's because you're loyal to the first people who broke your heart. You're trying to heal a wound that's 30 years old with people who remind you of the ones who created it. But here's the part that'll mess with your head. Sometimes absent parents create the opposite problem. You become the chaser, the people pleaser, the one who gives everything and gets crumbs in return. You learned that love is something you have to earn, something you have to prove you deserve. So now you're performing for everyone, dancing for their attention, twisting yourself into shapes that aren't you, all because somewhere deep down, you still believe you're not worthy of unconditional love. And here's the cruelest joke of all. The harder you try to avoid becoming your parents, the more you become them. The daughter of the absent father becomes emotionally unavailable. The son of the critical mother becomes the man who never says, I love you. You swore you'd never hurt anyone the way you were hurt. But trauma has its own agenda. Now let's talk about the invisible wound. The one that's destroying relationships you don't even realize you're in. Emotional incest. When a parent makes their child their emotional spouse. Maybe mom confided her marriage problems to you when you were 8. Maybe dad made you feel special, chosen, different from everyone else. You thought it meant you were mature. What it really meant was your childhood was stolen. Now you can't tell the difference between love and responsibility, between intimacy and suffocation. You either run from commitment or drown people with intensity. Because you never learned where you end and other people begin. Here's what your therapist won't tell you. Healing isn't about forgiveness. It's about grieving. Grieving the parents you needed but never had. Grieving the childhood that was taken from you. Grieving the person you might have been if someone had held you when you cried. But here's the plot twist. Your parents were probably wounded children too. Hurt people hurt people. It's the oldest story in the book. Your grandmother probably never hugged your mother. Your grandfather probably never told your father he was proud of him. The cycle goes back generations. Wounded children raising wounded children until someone breaks the chain, and that someone might be you. But breaking generational trauma isn't about positive thinking or self-help books. It's about rewiring your nervous system, teaching your body what safety feels like. It's about learning to recognize the difference between chemistry and compatibility. Chemistry is your trauma recognizing itself in someone else. Compatibility is two healthy people choosing each other. One feels like fireworks. The other feels like coming home. Most people choose fireworks because home never felt safe. Here's your homework. Next time you're attracted to someone, ask yourself this question. Do they remind me of my parents? If the answer is yes, run. Don't walk, run. Because you're not healing your past, you're repeating it. The goal isn't to find someone who makes you feel the way your parents did. The goal is to find someone who makes you feel the way your parents should have. Safe, seen, enough. But first, you have to become that person for yourself. You have to learn to hold the scared child inside you, to tell them they're worthy of love, not because of what they do, but because of who they are. This is the work, the real work, not changing other people, changing the patterns that keep choosing them. Your parents might have broken your heart first, but you get to decide who breaks it last. The cycle ends with you, or it continues with you. That's the choice you make every single day. In every person you swipe right on, every text you send, every boundary you don't set, you're either healing your lineage or passing on the wound. Choose wisely. Your future children are watching, even if they don't exist yet.